Ratnagiri thought it was safe until Bhakti walked into that bar and vanished forever. What no one knew, her disappearance would open the floodgates of a horrifying truth. Welcome back to Crime Siren, India's first and only English language crime channel, where we dive deep into the darkest corners of the true crime stories that keep you up at night. This is Nanika, and today we are unraveling a nightmare straight out of Ratnagiri's Maharashtra, a tale of obsession, jealousy, and cold blooded murder hidden behind the neon lights of a local bar. How a missing woman's complaint led to unmasking the other two murders committed by the accused. This isn't just steady case, it's how the desperate search for one missing woman could open a web for three other killings also, turning a sleepy coastal town into a horror scene. Buckle up because we are going minute by minute through every twist, confession, and gruesome detail. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Comment on the story. We drop this deep dive stories like this every week. So let's get into it. Our story begins on August 17, 2025 in the humid coastal town of Ratnagiri, a district renowned more for its Alfonso mangoes and beautiful beaches than bloodshed. Then enter Bhakti Maikar, a 26-year-old woman from a modest family, very vibrant, ambitious, and according to the later reports, pregnant with what could have been her first child. Bhakti had been secretly involved with a torrid affair with Durvas Patil, a 32-year-old bar owner who ran Saili Bar, a bustling spot in the heart of Ratnagiri city. Saili Bar wasn't some glamorous nightclub, it was your typical roadside dhaba-style watering hole, serving cheap booze to locals with dim lights, blaring Bollywood tunes, and an upstairs room where Durvas allegedly conducted his private meetings. That fateful day, Bhakti left her family home around midday, telling her brother she was heading out to meet a friend. She texted him from her phone, "I am fine, don't worry," but that was the last anyone heard from her. Her phone's location data, it's pinged straight to Saili Bar. And by August 21, 2024, 4 agonizing days later, Bhakti's family, piecing together whispers of her relationship with Durvas, stormed into the Ratnagiri City Police Station. They filed a missing persons report pointing fingers squarely at the bar owner. He was obsessed with her, her brother later told cops, but when she pushed for marriage, he flipped. Inspector Vivek Patil, no relation to the suspect, took the case. At first glance, it screamed domestic drama, a jilted lover cast flashes, and a woman demanding commitment. But as the team dug in, they uncovered footage from Saili Bar's grainy CCTV Durvas, stone-faced dancing wildly to Marathi song just hours after Bhakti's last thing. It wasn't a joy, it was the twisted relief of a man and would just died. His confession, a bombshell. On August 17, Bhakti had shown up at Saili Bar demanding that he leave his fiancée and marrying her, especially now that she was pregnant. Durva was cornered and enraged by the caste taboo and the unplanned baby lured her to the upstairs room. There, in fight of range, he strangled her with a thin electrical wire. Watching as the struggle faded, he allegedly sobbed to cops that she wouldn't let him go. He got panicked. To cover his tracks, he stuffed her body in his car's truck, drove 20 kilometers to the foggy forested Amba Ghat, a terraceous valley popular with trekkers but infamous for its isolation, and dumped her off a cliff into underbrush. But here's where it gets serial killer sinister. As Durva spilled the beans about Bhakti, his story veered into the past. The cops, sharp as ever, cross-referenced it with an old missing persons file. Rakesh Jagnam, a 28-year-old waiter at Saili Bar, who had vanished on June 6, 2024. Rakesh's mom has reported him missing back then, but with no leads, it went cold. Now a new SP, Nitin Bhagate, had taken charge of the district. Since there was no lead in Jagnam's missing case, his mother approached the new SP and told him about her son's disappearance. The SP ordered the Ratnagiri City Police to pick up the bar owner Durvas Patil, but he was shocked when the cops told him that he's already in their custody for the murder of Bhakti Maikar. Then the SP directed the police team interrogating Durvas for Bhakti's murder to ask about Jagnam's whereabouts. When the cops started grilling Durvas Patil about Jagnam, he confessed to killing him too. But this was not enough. More surprises were waiting for the police. Rewind to late 2024, over a year before Bhakti's disappearance, enters Sitaram Veer, a 55-year-old grizzled bar handyman at Saili, loyal but noisy. Durva grew paranoid that Sitaram was sniffing around Bhakti, maybe flirting, just chatting too much during her visit. Jealousy boiled over one busy night at the bar. Durva's cornered Sitaram behind the counter, accused him of getting too close to Bhakti, and unleashed a savage beating for his bottles and then whatever was handy. Sitaram crumpled, lifeless, his skull cracked open on the sticky floor. Durvas didn't even bother hiding it well, and he wrapped the body in a trap and dumped it in a nearby ditch, thinking no one could connect the dots. But someone did. Rakesh Jangam, the young waiter who witnessed the whole thing from the shadows. Terrified, Rakesh confronted Durva's day later. Big mistake. And on June 6, 2024, Durva got Rakesh drunk at the bar. Shots of cheap whiskey flowing freely. Then Sweet talked him into a drive to clear his head. They headed to Ambaghat with Durva singing like a canary. Cops mobilized, and on September 1, 2025, a search party, 20 officers, sniffer dogs, and local trekkers braved Ambaghat's cliffs and relentless rain. Fog so thick you could cut it with a knife. Leeches everywhere. Still, after 10 grueling days, they hit clay dirt. Bhakti's decomposed skull, half buried in mud. Mangots crawling, identifiable only by a gold earrings her family recognized. Rakesh's body nowhere, dissolved by a year of elements or maybe dragged off by scavengers. Sitaram's remains turned up later in that ditch near the bar, confirming the first kill. Medical reports were pending as of early September 2025. DNA tests to confirm Bhakti's pregnancy and fatal death, plus autopsies piecing together the strangulations. Durvas didn't act alone. Nilesh Bingarde, 29, the loyal waiter who would help dump Rakesh, was nabbed next. Cops found rope fibers in his car matching the strangulation. Vishwas Pawar, 35, a bar regular and Durva's fixer, got pitched for assisting in Bhakti's murder, allegedly holding her down during the wiretap. Then the gut punch. Darshan Patil, Durva's 60-year-old father and a retired fisherman, was arrested earlier this month, September 2025. Thanks for rocking with Crime Siren. I am Nenika. Smash that like button if the story fired you up. Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit subscribe for more real stories that will keep you awake. Stay fierce, stay true, and I'll catch you next time.